All right, here we are in the 2021-22 backyard rink season. Hockey might get shut down again because of COVID, but hopefully we can get some cold weather and get out here in the backyard rink. So rink prep this year. Last night I put topsoil all along the inside edges, and that's kind of created a bit of a transition for the liner coming off from the boards to the ground, but also once that freezes, the mice and voles won't be able to dig under either. I've also slammed the boards in to the ground so that there's no gaps either. It's also very important to get that dirt there so that the liner doesn't get underneath the boards, because once it goes under, it will push those boards up very easily. So we put extra lights this year for goal lines. And normally I don't like to flood the first fill while it's snowing out, but it's not snowing that much. It's going to quit this afternoon, and then it's supposed to be mostly below freezing at night and during the day, and no snow. So I figured why not get the liner dropped now. It's going to be my only day in the next week that I'm going to have a chance to do it. So here we go. So step one, lay the liner out in the middle. Then get a second person, which I'm waiting on, to come and pull the sides out evenly. So for these under liner lighting, you literally put it down on the ground under the liner. And I just dig a hole underneath my boards and just bury the cable under there, rather than coming up around the sides, because then pucks and skates can hit it and ruin it. And then I use these, you can use landscaping staples, but I use all these metal wire tent pegs because I got tons of them. You do them however long it needs to be to keep it flat. And if you're in Canada, you can pick them up from Canadian Tire. They're not cheap. The actual lit length is somewhere between 18 and 19 feet, but that's the package there. They work great, multiple years, and I've never had an issue. So that's it. We got two people. We're just unrolling it or unwrapping it from end to end, and I make it massive so that there's no issues with it falling in on itself. And I'm gonna fill it shortly. Starting to fill, 2 hoses. In 5 or 6 hours it'll be full. I'm gonna stay out here and keep the liner tight as it fills. You can't wait till the end because there's just too much weight on the liner. But it's just kind of loosely clamped on there right now. Okay, so noon hour I started filling, and it's just starting to get up to the high end now. We got a few more feet horizontally, but several more inches to go here. So I like to keep it like at least 3, but ideally 4 inches up at the high end. That way, once it does freeze, if we do get a warm day here or there, it is Southern Ontario after all, those days will come. It usually fares a lot better. It doesn't melt as much, and it snaps back usually within the day. So usually we'll get a cold front move in, and usually pretty quickly, 24 hours, less than that, 12 hours, it's able to snap back and get going. So what I've done here is I've already trimmed the ends way over there. There's several feet. I buy way more than I need so that it's easier to center it on my boards. It's only a little bit more money to get something that's oversized. So this is a rough trim. I can now leave the rink to fill. It'll be a few more hours yet. So it's been 3 hours now. So I'll probably got another 2.5, maybe 3 hours of filling to get it up to the top. I got to brace a little bit more too. I've just got T-bars, but down at my deep end, I got to put some patio stones down there, some extra weight, and maybe some L brackets. But once it's totally done, it's all tucked into the edges. I'll run it right down to the ground and cut it off and staple it tight and cut it right at the ground level. That way it looks clean on the outside and it's not flapping around in the breeze either. So a few more hours to go. Well, we're at 4 hours and 20 minutes filling up with 2 hoses. Probably got another hour and a half to go. Usually the hydro for the cables come out for the lines. Just starting to get up at this end now. And we got about 1.5 inches, maybe 1 inch. So a little bit left to go, but should be all filled up tonight. I still got some trimming to do, cleaning up here. A rubber pad to put there at the door entrance, and then we go into the shed where it's dry, and we got rubber mats everywhere. But there's where I've trimmed it back to the final trim. I still got netting to put up both ends. A little bit more work to do before it's ready. There's some of the bars for the netting, and I've hid all the electrical cables for the lights up underneath, right in here. That way they're dry, away from any rain that does come or snow. Nice and safe. Stadium lights are all ready to go too. Well, 4.5 hours to get it up to the high end, to 2.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. And I got just the one hose in there filling. We had dinner, so I'd take a break, about 4.5 hours to get it up there. So I'll probably be another 2 hours with just the one hose running to get it up to the 4 inches that I want. And I got almost everything except the far end cleaned up. Everything else is stapled in. Got all the wires up off the ground and get them away from the mice and away from accidental skate blades. Kids fall out, step on them. Won't have any issues. Away from the moisture too. The stadium lights are strong. A few flurries, but nothing major. And it's supposed to be like 5-6 days of below zero at night. Nothing crazy, only like -5 or 6. But the key is no snow for a while, so should be able to make ice so long as it's not too sunny, because the sun will absolutely kill it. Well, there we go. We got 4 inches at the shallow end, or the high end. And go down here and check the deep end. Sitting at 13.5 inches, give or take, 14 inches. So 10-inch slope, not too bad. So that's it for now. Kind of wouldn't mind a little bit higher, but that's what I usually go with. So it leaves a little room if it rains or snows, which it's not supposed to, before it freezes. So we'll see. Once we get skating around and making skate marks, it self-drains itself anyway, which I might just make some cuts on it if we get a bunch of rain. That way it doesn't overflow. Anyway, now I wait for good weather. Hopefully we can get a good ice crust on it. I still got to put my netting up. And that far end, I'll end up putting this tent material on it to help shade it from the sun. It should, with the sun being so low, and I've got this tent material up, it should shade about 2/3, if not 3/4 of it during the day. So here we go. Backyard rink season starting soon. Well, here we are on December 18th, and we've got our first ice. I mean, the far end is open water, but not too bad down here, actually. We got some cold temperatures coming, but typical to form. We're supposed to be minus temperatures every single night for the next 2 weeks. Wake up this morning, Christmas Eve. 5 millimeters of rain and above zero for the whole day. So, but that could change again too. Anyways, first ice is a good thing to have. Got a few things to fix up around here, and I still need to put up the netting. I gotta do that soon because I want to use this far end to block the sun, and I've got a shield for that. So yeah, here we go.